Assalamu alaikum. Our lesson today is about sensation in plants. The lesson includes response to touch and darkness in mimosa plant, which is a sensitive plant, and tropism. First, we will study response in mimosa plant. Mimosa plant is a sensitive plant, can respond to touch and darkness. Mimosa plant is a sensitive plant, can respond to touch and darkness. On touching leaflets of mimosa plant, its petals soon droops as if it has wilted. By touching mimosa plant, this is one leaf in mimosa plant. The small one is called leaflet. The small one is called leaflet. By touching one leaflet from mimosa plant, its petals of leaf droops as it has wilted. يعني بتبان كأنها بقت دبلانة. The only leaflet that is touched? No. The other neighboring leaflets soon follow till the effect is seen in all leaflets. يعني all leaflets will follow the touched one. And the plant at all seems as it has wilted. Okay? This is a video shows touch movement in mimosa plant. This is one leaf of mimosa plant, which is a complex leaf. Consists of group of leaflets. This small one is called leaflet. It is a sensitive plant. By touching mimosa plant, leaflet droop, fall down, and the plant seems as it has wilted. بيبان كأنه بقى دبلان. The touched one only? No. Other leaflets follow the touched one, and all the leaf seem as it has wilted. So on touching leaflets of mimosa, its petal soon droops as it has wilted. The other neighboring leaflets soon follow it till the effect is seen in all leaflets. In darkness, the same effect. In daytime, leaflets are held in horizontal position, but in darkness, at night, leaflets hang downward, move downwards, and fold their upper surface. يعني بتقفل ال upper surface. This is called sleep movement. So this plant responds to two different stimuli. The first one is touch, and the second one is darkness. The mimosa plant responds to touch and darkness. In absence of light at night, leaflets of mimosa plant hang downward and fold their upper surface. بتقفل upper surface. As the plant in sleeping movement. Explanation of mimosa movement. This is the structure of mimosa plant. This is one leaf, which is a compound leaves or complex leaf. Okay? At the base of each leaf, there is a swollen called pulvinus. At the base of each leaf, there is a swollen called pulvinus. This structure called pulvinus, primary pulvinus, that leads to primary rashes. At the end of primary rashes, there are 4 other secondary pulvinus. Each one from secondary pulvinus leads to secondary rashes. This is the structure of mimosa plant. This is one leaf of mimosa plant, which is a complex leaf. At the base of the leaf, there is a swollen called pulvinus, primary pulvinus, leads to primary rashes, ends by 4 secondary pulvinus. Each secondary pulvinus leads to secondary rashes, which carries leaflets, group of leaflets, number of leaflets. Okay. The pulvinus works as a joint, like elbow joint, like knee joint, works as a joint. Okay. Where the lower surface is more sensitive than upper surface. The lower surface more sensitive than upper surface and more permeable to water. The lower surface of pulvinus is more sensitive than upper surface and more permeable to water. By touching the plant, water in the lower surface of pulvinus moves to the neighboring cells. يعني water بتتحرك من lower surface. So the lower surface shrinks due to lack of water. And so that the leaf falls down. Again, at the base of each leaf, there is a swollen called pulvinus. The lower surface more sensitive than upper surface and more permeable to water. By touching the plant, the water in the lower surface moves to the neighboring cell. Water moves to the neighboring cell. Water بتتحرك من lower surface. So the lower surface shrinks due to lack of water and the plant moves down. يبقى lower surface بيفقد الووتر اللي جواه وبتتحرك للنيبورينج cells ونتيجة ده بيحصل له shrink and the leaf fall down. When the stimulus removed, يعني لو سبت البلانت, the cells regain their turgidity. What is the meaning of turgidity? The turgid cell is the cell filled with water. And leaflets open once more. By removing of the stimulus, water return back to their cells. Water return back to the cells and the cell regain their turgidity. The turgid cell is the cell that is filled with water. The shrinked cell is the cell that has small amount of water. Tropism. Let's know some information about a substance called plant auxins. Plant auxins are plant hormones that regulate the growth of the plant. Regulate the growth of plant. Plant auxins secreted from tips of stems that are called growing tips or calyptiles. What are plant auxins? Plant auxins, they are chemical substances called plant hormones or plant auxins. They are secreted from the growing tip of the plant. Example for plant auxins: indole acetic acid IAA. Auxins are secreted in equal amounts in all sides of the plant, so the plant grows vertically without any curving. Auxins secreted and distributed in all sides of the plant in equal amounts or equal ratios. 50%, 50%. So that the plant grows vertically without any curvature. مش هيعمل أي curving. As auxins are distributed in equal ratios in all sides of the plant grows vertically without any curving. The effect of auxins on stems and root. There are two effects of auxins on stem and roots. Stem growth needs a large amount of auxins. Stem needs large amount of auxins. Root growth need small amount of auxins. By increasing the concentration of auxins, concentration of auxins, elongation of the stem increases. يبقى stems need large amount of auxins. طيب لو زادت concentration of auxins, growth increases. يبقى what is the effect of increasing auxins on stems? Increasing growth of stems, increasing elongation of stems. The opposite effect is on roots. Increasing concentration of auxins slows down the growth of roots. Roots need a small amount of auxins to grow. By increasing the concentration of auxins, the growth of root slows down, grow slowly. In this plant, auxins are distributed equally 50%, 50%. So the plant grows vertically without any curvature. In this plant, concentration of auxins in this side more than this side. So the stem in this side will grow faster than this one. So this side will be longer than this one. Again, concentration of auxins in this side and stem more than this one. So the side that has large concentration of auxins and stem grow fast and be longer than this side. So the plant curves. This plant curves due to unequal distribution of auxins. Unequal distribution of auxins. Increasing auxins and stems in this side increases the growth of this side. and increases its length, so the plant curves. Okay. In roots, increasing oxygen in this site slows down the growth of root, and this side grows normally as it needs a small amount of oxygen. So this side grows slowly and this one grows normally. So the side will be longer than this one. So the plant curves or the root curves. Okay. Curvature of the plant is called tropism. Curvature of the plant takes place due to unequal distribution of oxygens. By distribution of oxygens in equal amounts in all sides, the plant grows without any curvature. If oxygens increases in one side of a stem, this side will grow faster than the other one. In this stem, the side grows faster than this one. This side grows faster than this one. So it will be longer than this one, and the plant will curve. The same in root, but this side grows slowly and this one grows normally. So the side which has a small amount of oxygens will be longer than the side which has large amount of oxygens. Unequal growth in the two sides of the plant leads to curvature. Unequal growth in the two sides of the plant leads to curvature. Unequal growth resulted from an unequal distribution of oxygens. What is tropism? Tropism is the curvature of plant parts towards or away from a factor. First, phototropism. Phototropism is a curvature of plant parts towards or away from light. The factor here is the light. What happens when exposing the plant to the light from one direction? The plant curves toward light. The plant curves toward light. The stem will curves toward light and the root curves away from light. As oxygens move away from light, oxygens بتهرب من اللايت. طب بتهرب فين؟ In the far side. The oxygens are concentrated in the far side from light or in the dark side. Oxygens are concentrated in the dark side. النقط الصغننة دي هي oxygens. Oxygens are concentrated in the far side. Increasing oxygens in the far side from light increases growth of the stem. So the far side will be longer than the near side from light. So the plant curves toward light. Increasing oxygens in the far side in root leads to slow growth of root in the far side and normal growth in the near side. So the root curves away from light. The stem is positive phototropism, as the stem curves towards light. So it is called positive phototropism. The root is negative phototropism, as root curves away from light. Give reason. Stem curves toward light, as axons are concentrated in far side and accelerate the growth. يبقى لما يسأل give reason stem curves toward light هقول مكان الأxons and the effect of axons. The stem curves toward light as axons concentrated in a far ولا near side far side بتعمل ايه in stems accelerate the growth. Give reason root curves away from light as axons are concentrated in the far side from light and slow down the growth. So the near side in roots will be longer than the far side. So the root curves away from light. Geotropism. Geotropism is a curvature of plant parts toward or away from gravity. The factor here is gravity. Axons are attracted to gravity. Axons move away from light, attracted to gravity, attracted to water. Axons move away from light بتهرب من اللايت attracted to gravity بتشدها الجرافيتي بتشدها الووتر by hanging plant in horizontal position. The stem curves away from gravity and the root curves towards gravity. By planting a seed in horizontal position, the stem curves away from gravity and the root curves towards gravity. Axons are concentrated in the lower side. Axons are attracted to gravity بتشدها الجرافيتي. The lower side in a stem will grow faster than the upper side, so the stem curves away from gravity. The lower side in root will grow slower than the upper side, so the root curves towards gravity. Unequal distribution of axons leads to curvature. In case of geotropism, the factor here is gravity. What happens when hanging a plant in horizontal position? The stem curves away from gravity and the root curves towards gravity. What happens when planting a seedling in horizontal position? The stem curves away from gravity and the root curves towards gravity. As axons are concentrated, upper ولا lower side? Lower side. Axons are attracted to gravity and increases the growth of the lower side and stem, so the stem curves away from gravity and slow down the growth of the lower side of root, so the root curves towards gravity. So we can say that stem is negative geotropism. Give reason, as the stem curves away from gravity. And root is positive geotropism, as root curves toward gravity. Stem curves away from gravity and root curves towards gravity. Give reason, stem curves away from gravity. هقول مكان الأوكسنز وبتعمل إيه؟ stem gravity. Oxens are concentrated in the lower side and speed up the growth. Root curves towards gravity, as oxens are concentrated in the lower side and slow down the growth. يبقى بقول مكان الأوكسنز وده احنا already حافظينه. طالما هي gravity يبقى oxens are concentrated in the lower side. لو كان stem يبقى speed up the growth. لو كان root يبقى slow down the growth. Hydrotropism is a curvature of plant parts to or away from water. Oxens are attracted to water by irrigation of plant from one side. The root curves towards water. The root is positive hydrotropism. Positive hydrotropism. Oxens are concentrated in the near side from water. So oxens move away from light, attracted to gravity, attracted to water. In phototropism, oxens are concentrated in the far side from light. In geotropism, oxens are concentrated in the lower side. In hydrotropism, oxens are concentrated in the near side from water. High concentration of oxens in the near side slows down the growth, and the other side grow normally. So the far side will be longer than the near side and the root curves toward water. The root is positive hydrotropism. Give reason, as root curves toward light, toward water. Give reason, root curves toward water. Root water. مكان الأوكسنز فين؟ Oxens are concentrated in the near side. قلنا in oxens are attracted to water. Oxens are concentrated in the near side and ايه in root تعمل ايه في الروت slow down the growth. يبقى in roots دايما slow down the growth, in stems speed up the growth. طيب مكانها اعرفه منين؟ لو كان phototropism يبقى they are concentrated in the far side from light أو in dark side. Geotropism they are concentrated in the lower side. Hydrotropism they are concentrated in the near side from water. طب the effect on stems speed up the growth. On roots slow down the growth. Let's make a comparison between the three types of tropism. Phototropism, geotropism, and hydrotropism. The factor in phototropism is light, geotropism gravity, hydrotropism water. Oxens are concentrated in the far side, هنا in the lower side, hydrotropism in the near side. Stem is positive phototropism. Negative geotropism, has no tropism toward water. The root is negative phototropism, positive geotropism, and positive hydrotropism. Went experiment to prove tropism. Went exposed the plant to light from one direction. the plant curves toward light. Then he cut the calyoptile or the growing tip. The calyoptile or the growing tip, the last tip of the stem, responsible for secretion of auxins. Secretion of auxins. هو قطع growing tip and put it in 2 blocks of agar substance. Agar substance is a gelatin substance that can absorb auxins. يبقى أخدها حطها على 2 blocks من agar substance which can absorb auxins. He measured the concentration of auxins. He found that concentration of auxins in the far side from light is more than that in the near side. An unequal diffusion of auxins. طبعا ده the side that exposed to light. Concentration of auxins in the side that is exposed to light is smaller than that in the far side. Agar substance can absorb auxins and can penetrate auxins. Okay? Poisson-Jensen experiment. Poisson-Jensen exposed the plant to the light from one direction. The plant curves toward light. The stem curves toward light. Then he cut the calyoptile, cut the growing tip. What is the source of auxins? Growing tip. Growing tip make a response to light. The response is unequal distribution of auxins. يبقى the part that makes the response growing tip. By cutting growing tip no response. ايه هو الريسبونس اللي عملته growing tip؟ unequal distribution of auxins. وزعت الاوكسنز بشكل unequal وده كان سبب في curvature of the plant. طيب مين اللي عمل الريسبونس ده؟ calyoptile. طيب لو احنا شلنا calyoptile no response and no growth as plant auxins regulate the growth of the plant. He cut the third experiment. He cut the calyoptile and put it and stick it with a gelatin substance. The gelatin substance penetrates auxins. ممكن الauxins تعدي منها. And exposed the plant to light from one direction. The plant curves toward light as auxins can transfer through gelatin substance. So auxins transfer through agar and gelatin. He cut the calyoptile and stuck it by mica sheet. The plant doesn't curve as auxins can't transfer through mica. By this experiment, we proved that auxins are secreted from calyoptile or growing tip. Growing tip is the part that make response. Without growing tip, no response. The response is unequal distribution. After response, auxins should transfer to the curvature part to the stem. stem who will curve. هو اللي هيعمل curve. لازم تروح له الأوكسنز. يبقى without growing tab no response. If auxins don't transfer to the stem, no curvature. Curvature takes place by unequal distribution of auxins. Exercise. Mention the direction. Mention the direction of stem curvature. Stem number 1. The plant exposed to light from one direction, so it curves towards light. Curves towards light. Stem number 2. The plant is exposed to light from all directions, so it grows vertically without any curvature. The plant without coleoptile, without growing tip, exposed to light from one direction, this plant doesn't grow due to absence of plant auxins, which regulate the plant growth. Mention the direction of stem curvature. Mica sheet prevent penetration of auxins, so this stem doesn't grow. Doesn't grow as auxins can't transfer from coleoptile to the stem. This stem auxins will transfer to the near side from light, so the side will be longer than the far side and the plant curve away from light. The last one. Auxins will transfer to the far side, so the plant will curve toward light. Toward light. Mention the direction of stem curvature. This stem is covered. The stem is covered, but the coleoptile is not covered. coleoptile هي اللي بتعمل response. كده coleoptile will response and distribute the auxins in unequal amounts. Already الstem ده curves toward light. The coleoptile will response and produce auxins. طيب حتى لو كان stem متغطي ببلاك كفر هو مش بيعمل response، هو بيعمل curving نتيجة response of coleoptile. طيب ايه هو response of coleoptile؟ ان هي بتعمل passing للauxins in unequal amounts. طيب لو كانت coleoptile هي اللي متغطية ببلاك كفر will not response grows vertically. auxins هتعدي بequal amount لانها مش هتعمل response ل direction of light. In this plant قطعنا coleoptile of the stem and stick it in one side. Auxins will transfer to the far side from light, so it curves toward light. The side will grow faster than the side that face light. Okay? This one, auxins will be in the near side. The near side will grow faster than the far side and the plant curves away from light. Thank you and good luck.